The brief history of mobile phone. Smartphones have taken over the world. They are one of the most important technological evolutions of our century. So, how did we get here? How did we go from a can of a string to having the whole world in the palm of our hand? Well, we're shedding light on the history of mobile phones to solve this complex question for you. The history of mobile phones dates back to the discovery of the principle of telephones by Alexander Graham Bell in 1874. This watershed event in history brought to the limelight long-distance communication. Mobile phones have undergone a tremendous transformation from simple to smart, becoming essential information and communication centers in contemporary life. The evolution of mobile phones happened at lightning-fast speed. We are going to take you through the history of mobile phones and how the latest trends in mobile technology support them. When were mobile phones invented? Mobile phones, especially smartphones that have become our companions, are relatively recent inventions. The first mobile phone dates to 1908, when US patent for a wireless telephone was granted in Kentucky. Engineers at AT&T created cells for mobile phone base stations in the 1940s, which led to the creation of mobile phones. The original mobile phones weren't even truly mobile phones. They were two-way radios that made it possible for anyone to communicate, including taxi drivers and emergency services. The original mobile phone networks used a single, extremely powerful base station that covered a considerably larger area than base stations with various cells, with the signal transmitted from one cell to another. The 1980s era. The first ever portable mobile phone. The Motorola Dynatac 8000X, also known as the world's first portable mobile phone, was released in 1983. At that time, it was a tremendous prestige symbol and cost a staggering $4,000 USD. 2 years later, Sir Ernest Harrison, the chairman of Vodafone, received the first mobile phone call in the UK. Later, in 1989, Motorola released the 9800X or Microtac as a follow-up to the Dynatac. This set the standard for the flip phone design used throughout the 1990s, which also had a fold-down keyboard cover. The 1990s era. The mushrooming demand for cell phones. During the 1990s cellular revolution, cell phones gained popularity. Around 11 million people used mobile devices in 1990. By 2020, there were 2.5 billion users worldwide. In this era, we saw a major evolution in the shape and size of smartphones. We saw the brick phones evolving into something much more portable. Designers worldwide worked together to produce some sleeky, smooth products that could be easily bought and used. The release of Nokia 1011, dawn of consumer handsets. The Orbitel TPU 900 was the first GSM device to go on sale in Europe in 1991. It wasn't until 1992 that mobile phones were no longer only allowed for commercial use. Digital consumer phones with low costs were made possible by mass manufacture. With the release of the Nokia 1011 in that year, Nokia was one of the first to benefit from this transformation. The revolution of mobile phones. When 3 grams was introduced, Download speeds increased to 2 Mbps in March 2003, with 3 being the first provider of the service in the UK. With its line of well-liked BlackBerry smartphones, including the 8100 Pearl, RIM made mobile email accessible to the public.